What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have like and sub, and let's get into this. Doctor Who, not doing good in the ratings, but it's doing good at pissing everyone off, gaslighting everyone, getting its adamant defenders, all 0.01% of them, and the rest of the population to go at it on social media. Again, not exactly watching the show, but hey, we're sure talking about it, so that's something. Here we go. That Park Place science fiction novelist and critic decrees or decries. I've heard it both ways. Doctor Who as full gay pornography. And obviously, I would think a little bit of hyperbole here, but maybe I'm not actually watching the show because I don't give a shite. But I was treated because Erwin, shout out Nerd Wars, does watch it now that he has Disney Plus. Sorry, Graph Web. And yeah, he has described some lovely things to me. Not gay pornography exactly, but maybe I'm not as sensitive as others. I am from Southern California. Two men kissing doesn't exactly phase me, but they love to think that it triggers and bothers us. And we're all homophobic. It's like, okay, no, we just don't want it in everything because fuck, we like representation too. Get some heteronormativity. We can do that again. Science fiction novelist and critic John De La Rose decried Doctor Who as full gay pornography following the release of the most recent episode, Rogue. I would say he condemned the series as full gay pornography. He added, "That's what we have. That's all we have. That's all Russell T Davies wants. It's all Ncuti Gatwa wants. These people are just sick, and everybody tuning out because of it. It's done. It's completely over." And I don't think they would describe it as porn. Obviously, Russell T Davies and Ncuti Gatwa definitely want to fucking have that message hammered home, but they want to do it so forcefully, giggity, and so in your face that it is off-putting. And again, we went from hey, gay people are people too. They're born that way, they can't help it, and they need to be treated with respect and have the same opportunities in life. And guess what? We fucking got there. We had Will and Grace, gay people getting married. You had it. You had reached the golden land, but it wasn't quite enough for you. And now we're in 2024 with drag queen storytime hour, transing of children, irrevocably changing them with surgery. Yeah. You reached too far. You reached too far. You got to the golden land, and then instead of living peacefully there, you built a tower of Babel to God, and you spit in his face, and now your fucking tower is crumbling. And not only is it crumbling, but now you are regressing and you are actively turning people, once tolerant people that would have had no problem seeing gay representation on screen, say, get that shit out of here. We're tired of it, because you put it everywhere. So congratulations. You played yourself. De La Rose goes on to describe Rogue as the worst episode of Doctor Who ever. He explained it's that bad, not only because of the slobbering gay kiss in it, but because of all the bad character work. I don't know if it's slobbering. Let's see. Probably can't hear this, but that's all right. It's just for the visuals. Oh, very passionate. Very passionate. Yes, hold him close and tender. You see, this shit doesn't bother me. I don't care. But plenty of people clearly do. And it's not even that you're doing this because it's good for the character. All right, there you go. They were very impressive. It's not even that you did all that because it was good for the character. You did it to send a message. Well, you did send a message to the very few people that are still watching, because you don't do it with any subtlety anymore. Interestingly, consolidated ratings, because everyone wants to point out that Doctor Who's also being watched on iPlayer. Well, guess what? Consolidated ratings and viewership over the first 7 days since the show aired, and on multiple platforms, including iPlayer, continue to decline. The show's fifth episode, Dot and Bubble, posted the lowest consolidated ratings of the season, with just 3.38 million people tuning in. The previous lowest for the season was the third episode, Boom. Its consolidated viewership peaked at 3.58 million. Of note, Dot and Bubble and Boom are two of the three worst viewed episodes in Doctor Who history. Even if they're trying to say that this is season one, no, it's not. The only episode to perform worse than them was the 1989 episode Battlefield Part 1, which had a consolidated viewership of 3.10 million people, and also a lot less people and ways to watch it, but okay. Dot and Bubble and Boom performed worse than even the worst episode of Jodie Whittaker's turn, who we will lovingly call Dr. Karen. Legend of the Sea Devils in 2022 had consolidated viewership of 3.4 7 million. Delarose notes in his video, this is all Davies and Gatwa want. Davies made this, but that part is true. They do want is just gaslit and upset, and they hope they turn everyone off, and the only people left are the ones that, oh my God, all the drag queen story time hour for the kids in schools that you can handle, and every single story should be about gay and queer, every single one, and they're fine with it otherwise. Remember, and white people are all racist. You got to make sure to show that, and patriarchy bad. You got to do all that. They're all down with that message, and just there's very few of them left. Davies made it clear, of course, that that's who he wants in the interview with Deadline. I believe we covered that ahead of the show's premiere on Disney Plus and the BBC. Told the outlet, I know I was part of the rising tide of gay, lesbian, and other writers, all of us contributing to the soaps and chipping into primetime dramas, all of us slowly and then rapidly increasing the visibility of our queer characters on screen. And I'm lucky I was one that burst through and got that on screen. He continued, I'm always aware, especially as time marches on, that I carry this legacy of being white, male, and gay. Not just those first two that invalidate you from everything according to your own rule. You're white and male. Stale. It's my job to look beyond that. Oh, so for you can look beyond it. For you can look beyond it. No one else can look. Interesting. I have to look at myself and be certain that I've moved on. I look to society and I try to listen to what's going on and open gateways. He then declared, when you've become a senior figure in television, it's your job to open doors and let the people through next, to let trans and queer stories through, and to become familiar with this language myself instead of settling. So instead of questioning it, instead of really looking into what's going on, instead of really looking into the genocide of gay people, of gay boys and girls who just grow up to be gay, and instead turns into, well, I almost called them what Ryan Roger Athay calls them, but let's just say you are not doing anyone any favors. Do trans people exist? Yes, they're exceptionally rare. Actual people that grow up with body and gender dysmorphia to the pack where they need to surgically, the Blair Whites of the world, basically. And guess what? Even those true people, even those real trans people, they acknowledge biological reality and that their sex is in fact that of male and chromosomes and all that fun shit that you guys deny and put onto children. And again, those same trans, the Blair Whites, say don't even touch anyone until they're over 18. And most of these kids would just grow up to be gay, like you, Russell. But instead, you expose them to actual dangerous ideology. But people say gay ideology. I don't think it's dangerous. Again, Southern California, gay family members, I was very progressive. I was one of the people that you had me. You had me until you went too far. You went way too fucking far. And now you've regressed yourself and you've played yourself. So, and you did it. Again, you did it to yourself. So, and I'd love to say this again to Bo DeMeo when we talk, like, it's all fine to push your message up to a point, and at least he understood and said it as much, that you have to be the shepherd. Something that Russell T Davies clearly doesn't understand. It's not enough to just put everything you want in it, even if you think it's important. I mean, dear God, at least Bo reserved that specific bit of non-binary and falling in love with a straight to Morph and Wolverine. If any character was going to do it, was that. But he understood that the grander scheme, the entire bit of X-Men 97 and the other characters needed to be treated correctly. Something Russell T Davies does not understand. He's just made his belief of his agenda the entire fucking show, and be damned everyone else. And if you don't like it, did you ever hear Bo say, if you don't like it, don't watch X-Men 97? No. But you sure as fuck heard Shooty Gatwa and Russell T Davies not say X-Men 97, but if you don't like it, go touch grass, don't watch Doctor Who. And guess what? No one is, and that's why the ratings have been absolute shit, as you can see, or shite. I've heard it both ways. The lowest rating since a 1989 episode of Doctor Who. So what you think about that, Shooty Davies? Anyway, let me know what you think about this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're gonna do that, thank you. And
well, bye.